Well, greetings there, Blade fans. OG Blade Reviews back with you once again. How you doing today? Thanks for coming back or for visiting for the first time. If you found this to be the thumbnail and the header here to be of interest to you, I've got a fox on the table today. He's been running wild in the neighborhood. Finally did him in. No. I have not done that. This came to me from White Mountain Knives, was my purchase, and picked this up recently. And you may or may not know much about fox knives. Perhaps you do. This one is also an interesting steel you may or may not have heard of. And look at that, we get a fox bag. We get a Torx wrench, handy little thing to carry around if you don't carry your tool with you. We don't get a microfiber cloth, which is fine. I do get some info inside. I'm not going to pull that out and necessarily bore you with it. We make it sharp is their slogan, at least for this knife. And let's see what we've got in the bag. Aha! Well, to start with, we've got kind of a forest green, military green, maybe olive green, and a deep carry clip, which is switchable to the left side. A green, as I said, FRN molded handle, and it is a thumb stud opener. There you go. And it is running on washers, not on bearings. So for those of you who are fans of washers on knives, here you go. You may or may not be a fan of the fact that it has a double lock or a safety, which you can easily engage and disengage with your thumb. What this does, and this is a liner lock, is you can see that little tab slip up there, right? It's red. And what it does is it blocks the liner from disengaging. So once I put it back, it will close. This is by no means a fidgety knife because of the washers. It's likely going to break in over time. I have not adjusted it. We've got what appears to be a T6 there for the pivot. Let me confirm that for you, though. Well, I was incorrect. I pulled out my very nice WIA bits that are extremely precise and the best set of bits that I have. There is a T8, so I was wrong. It is a T8 on the show side, if you want to call it the show side. And I'll put this guy away before I lose it and leave it out somewhere, and I'm looking for it some other time. Well, the blade config on this, the profile, is what I'd have to call a Tanto clip, because we've got the Tanto going on down here. It is a compound, I guess you could call it a compound grind. We've got a flat grind and a flat grind. So it is not your typical hollow and flat like you'd see on many Tantos. And they have a long clip on the front here giving us a really piercy blade. And since I'm going to be talking about some of the dimensions of it, let me pull the ruler out and get started with that so I can give you the blade stock, the thickness, and all that good stuff. So laying the ruler out in inches, we've got 8 1/4 overall. And if we go right to there, we've got a 3 1/2 inch blade. If you want to measure it other places, we've got like a 3.6 inch blade to this hollow here, this crescent cutout in the handle. Not that that's going to matter, because I like to measure the blade to the nearest forward point on the handle. Some would even measure it to the thumb stud. So the cutting edge, measuring it straight, is exactly 3.5 inches. If we switch to metric, as many of you will require me to do, we have 21 centimeters overall and 9 centimeters on the blade length. Got kind of a mess of a pile of stuff over here. Well, let's get the thicknesses. In millimeters, the blade stock, 3 millimeters. 3.1? Okay, 3.1. And 15 millimeter on the handle thickness. In inches, 0.59 on the handle thickness. And 0.11 on the blade. Let's get the scale out and back off just a little bit. Go to grams, which is where I like to start. And in grams, we've got 147.33. And in ounces, we've got call it 5.2 ounces. So lighter, but not super light. They kind of designed this as a, kind of a military tactical oriented knife. You've got thicker scales of FRN. We do, let's see, we have a little bit of weight relieving, some slots on the inside. I'm not going to light it up for you. You're going to have to take my word for it. The backup lock or safety, whatever you want to call it, is positioned nicely. The only problem I find is that when you slide your thumb forward on it, you catch the edge of that bent steel plate that they're using. It's a great idea, I think. I mean, could you accidentally engage it and get yourself into a life-threatening, must close your knife in a hurry situation? Possibly. Could it get caught on fabric and whatnot in your pants? Possibly. I haven't really tested it enough to be certain of that. But let's talk about some of the other stuff going on here. We do have some nice jimping on the blade. Pretty deeply cut and not that fine. And we do have jimping that actually extends onto the handle. The only thing I find, and you might be able to remove this if you don't like it, but maybe as a working knife, you're going to be concerned about, it getting stuck on your thumb or what have you. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know the long-term effect of the safety on that. I wouldn't be too concerned. But I'm going to show you another model of this that I've had for a few years now. So this being the Predator Evolution, not Revolution, but Evolution. And I probably at this point haven't even mentioned that it is in Niolox steel. Let me talk a little bit about Niolox steel. It's a stain-resistant, popular in Europe kind of a steel. It is decently tough, extremely fine-grained, and has very good wear resistance. So they say it's got wear resistance about to the level of D2, which is pretty wear resistant. And I'm going to bring out one more knife here. I've had this one for a bit, and it is a full auto version of the Predator. And they do make manual versions of this same one with this blade profile, and they call it the Predator 2. So I've seen those out there. This has kind of a mustardy, don't know what you call it, tan, desert tan kind of GRN handle. But otherwise, exactly the same knife. The safety they put on this one is your typical auto safety. I actually would have liked to see them put it on this one, but I don't think it's possible when you have a liner lock. This is being a pivot release, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, a plunge lock, really. Yeah. So this has a plunge lock, and you can lock it up after the fact too, and they do a great job on it. There's no blade wiggle or wiggle even on the button that you see sometimes when you have a auto with a lock on it. Same setup here with the jimping. I mean, basically they use the same framework. Same weight relieving on the inside, same clip. It's switchable. So there, however, you can see the drop point version versus the clip point Tanto difference. And on this one, they use N690CO, pretty typical for Fox, and the Niolox on that one. So the Niolox was a change. What else do we have for compare? Well, Benchmade Griptilian, about the same size knife, if you're looking for an EDC knife. Good thing about this is being about 3.5 inches and being a liner lock, it's carryable in most places, at least in the US. The Griptilian being a bar lock or axis lock by their trade name, which is now open to others to use that type of a locking system. A little shorter, barely shorter, if we compare it to the Fox. Let's see, I'd say same length really. Handle about the same length. Close enough. And what else have I got on me here? Well, my daily carry is the Cold Steel Carve. How about that? Let's get that lined up here. Cold Steel Carve with the axis lock. I really do like this knife. The Atlas lock is a really solid lockup, but a very easy close. And a little bit of wrist action, it snaps out really nice. AUS 10A on this guy, and a mean sort of sheep's foot, I call it a sax really. This thing has got quite the cutting point on it, and I improved on the edge here a little bit with my, what did I use? Wicked Edge sharpener. Well, there you go. That's our lineup for today. The two Fox knives, the Predator Evolution and the Predator Auto, the Griptilian, and the Cold Steel Carve. Oh, you know one thing I didn't do? Check the sharpness on this guy. Let's give me a chance to to blow this test again. Let's see what happens here. All right. Pretty smooth cutter. Oh yeah. It does come with a nice edge. So you should be good out of the box. It's not particularly aggressive or bitey, but it's quite fine. And I think it'll do the job for cutting most stuff. And certainly it is stabby. Well, be well. Take care. Stay safe. And don't forget to subscribe. Click on that little logo right about now. Be well.